All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. And I have a lot to talk about. And it's not going to be an ordinary movie review, thank God. I think most of us, including me, are already fed up with doing movie reviews. And now it's time to get back with what I love to talk about. And it took a while, and I'll get into that. But we're finally catching up on a lot of pop culture topics, and if you're reading the title, it's not just covering just those things. There's more to it. But I just want to say, ever since the last episode that we did, my platform, my podcast it's still expanding as we speak. Literally, I believe it was 2 weeks ago. My podcast has now officially become available on iHeartRadio and on Pandora. So, hello to everybody that is listening to me on those platforms. I honestly have been dying to work for iHeartRadio or just iHeartMedia in general, or just generally iHeart. But it's been hard. It's been really, really hard. And I don't want to just go as a board operator. Just hire me as a freaking on-air personality host. And then we could probably talk in a whole different conversation. But other than that, I'm really, truly honored over the fact that at least my podcast is now being streamed on there. That's just an accomplishment. So for those, I just want to make a really quick announcement. For those that are having trouble finding a good listening platform, The Thoughts of Lielers is available almost everywhere now. You're more than welcome to visit my link tree, which is linktr.ee/Lielers, and you can find your platform of where you want to listen to the podcast. For those that do not know, I know some people don't usually have those apps. You're more than welcome to listen to my podcast on YouTube. I do have a YouTube account, and it's on Lielers. We try to do this whole, if you look me up on youtube.com/it's Lielers, I don't think you'll be able to find me. Just look up Lielers, and then you'll be able to find my podcast on there. And yes, all of those episodes are being uploaded. As soon as this episode gets uploaded, I am already working on trying to get that audio published on my YouTube channel. So I got you guys covered. I really do appreciate for everybody that's been listening, whether if you're new, you're old. And with that being said, I really do want to give a big shout out, not only just to Germany, because I still have a lot of listeners over there, but I do want to give a big shout out to everybody in San Antonio that is currently listening to me. I got to meet with some of the people that I work with, and I am loving the fact that they're listening to my podcast. So I miss you guys. I did say I was gonna give you guys a shout out. So invite me again to San Antonio, because I love that place. Honestly, I feel like it's like my destiny to live over there. But with everything that's been happening, I'm still slowly trying to get away from where I am at. So hi everybody, thank you so much for listening to me. Now let's get into what I also wanted to talk about. Besides the platforms, we also do have the social media. As always, make sure to follow my social media at It's Lielers on Instagram and on Twitter. And if you're also on TikTok, and I said I was going to talk about it, TikTok has been hectic for me. This is the reason why I also haven't uploaded. Not only because I was in San Antonio. I was literally in San Antonio last Monday? No, 2 Mondays. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what day it is. It's Friday. Last Monday I was in San Antonio, and then when I came back, I did something on TikTok. Definitely follow me on TikTok at Lielers on TikTok. I did this thing, and I apparently have this current video. I don't know, I don't think it's going viral. I mean, people say viral is like once you hit K likes or whatever, K views. But I'd say if you go on viral, you're probably at 100K likes or something, or maybe 1 million, who knows. But let me give you guys a background of what happened. So if you guys do not have TikTok or any social media platforms, the thing is that if you guys have followed Rory the Frenchie, you guys might know what I did. But for those that do not know, Rory the Frenchie is a type of Frenchie, like an Oreo Frenchie. He looks like a gray Dalmatian with spots. I guess that's the best way to summarize it. She's a Frenchie, sorry. She's a Frenchie that has this weird obsession with Henry Cavill. I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, I got to see him on the cover of what, Rolling Stone magazine recently, and oh my god, who wouldn't? But anywho, Rory though is an innocent Frenchie, and yeah, like the owner has posted so many videos of Rory just staring at anything that pops with Henry Cavill, whether if it's his voice, his series on The Witcher. And not only Rory but also the owner had the opportunity to go meet Henry Cavill for himself, fly all the way to somewhere in the UK. I don't know if it was London, but for the premiere of Witcher season 3 on Netflix. So for I don't know how long they've been there, and then they finally, got to go to the premiere. Everybody, including myself, have been wanting to see if Rory got the chance to meet Henry Cavill and what was the reaction. When we finally got to see it, I had this weird idea that popped in my head because I also have a Frenchie. Obviously, if you know, I have Cosmo the Frenchie, which she is currently trying to behave, but you might hear her later on. She will get bored eventually and start making background noises. But anywho, when we got to see the video of Henry Cavill literally say, "Hey Rory," I was like, oh my god. And just looking at the Frenchie, just looking at Rory, just looking at Henry, and just like for a split second, it's like, is that really him? And then she looks back at her owner like, Mom, is that really him? Like, and me, I'm just like, all right, time to get to work. So I had this idea, and I even told Cosmo, I have no idea if she's bilingual, but I know she understands English more than Spanish. And I hate that a little bit, but I'm okay with it. But anywho, I was like, Cosmo, come on, I have an idea and you're gonna laugh at it. So I went ahead and did a video of stitching that clip of Henry Cavill talking to Rory, and then next thing you know, it shifts to me talking to Cosmo and say, all right, Cosmo, you can do this, you can pick. And I picked literally 5 people. I could have switched them, but for a 15-second video, I was only limited to 5 people. And I basically picked a picture of Pedro Pascal, Oscar Isaac, Chris Evans, Tobias Forge from Ghost, and the wrestler Kenny Omega. So I'm over there telling Cosmo to choose from out of those 5 people. And, like I'm over here trying to rush her, and I'm like, pick, woman, And then the video ends. That video is currently still trending, I want to say. Last time I checked, I think she was at 15.6k likes, which I'm actually trying to get my phone over here. But that video is still going crazy, and I'm just like, it's been only 3-4 days, and I don't think it's at 15.6 as a 15.k. As of right now, she's at 16. She's at 16.7 thousand, so 16,700 likes on that freaking video itself that I did on TikTok. So definitely follow me on TikTok. Definitely check out that video. I believe that if you visit my link tree, if you guys do not have TikTok, which I don't blame y'all, you're more than welcome to visit my link tree, and you can actually click on the link, follow my TikTok, or follow my TikTok, but you don't go straight to the app. You can actually see the video itself, or you're more than welcome to go through my Instagram because it's there with only 4 likes. But I am just wow, I never thought that video was gonna have a lot of likes. So I literally was trying my best to spoil Cosmo as much as I can, just to show her my gratitude for making my account hit 17,000 likes already, and with a few followers. But she's been getting really, really rebellious. I will say this. She's already teething. So her bottom teeth are already gone. She only has 1 tooth there, and it's starting to grow. So because of her rebellion, she's just destroying everything. I got her a bed. She destroyed that. And then I got her another bed where I can just flip over and she can try to rip the fabric as much as she can, but it won't do it. So you know what homegirl did? She decided to have a massive, watery accident on it. So I'm over here struggling to try to clean up. So I'm like, this is why I've been struggling to make an episode, because of her. But hey, you know what? Anything for her, because at the end of the day, she's still a puppy. She's 4 months. 4 months? No, it was like February, March, April, May, June. She's 5 months. She just turned 5 months. I have literally, I have what, 7 more months? Seven? I'm already tired. Like, I just want her to be grown to where she's well behaved. But again, she's just a puppy. And the thing about Frenchies is that sometimes they're a little bit stubborn. And this is what I get. I have a taste of my own medicine, and I can be really, really stubborn. But damn, girl, please give me a break. I mean, right now she's behaving. You don't hear her as much. She's actually sleeping right now. But yes, I wanted to throw that out there because that was a big moment for me. And I am so surprised that that video is getting so many likes. And if you guys were to read the comments, I think, like, I would say it's like a split, because I have people saying for her to pick Pedro Pascal. No one is saying Oscar. I by the way, nobody's saying Oscar Isaac, or maybe Chris Evans, but it's like a battle between Pedro Pascal and Tobias Forge from Ghost. Like, Kenny a little bit more, and then Chris, and then Oscar. But then I've been getting people suggesting like Jason Momoa, Tom Hiddleston, and I was like, oh, anybody of the Toms like would be great. And then recently Patrick Wilson will be one, and I'll give you that. But that's the thing, like, out of this whole episode, I wanted to talk about that. But this episode is not only going to consist of what I just said, Patrick Wilson. We're also going to be talking about Demon Slayer, OceanGate, which that topic was like what everybody was been talking about for the past month of June. We're already in July. But the reason why I want to talk about that is not only because it was like a popular culture moment, it's more just like I have thoughts, like literally theoretical thoughts. And then we're also going to be talking about the social media platform Threads, which I am also a part of, and we'll get into that too. And then just a little bit of WWE's Money in the Bank, because that was also this past weekend. We're already going on a new weekend, and I want to talk about that. I'm literally watching SmackDown like in the background, but I can multitask. But first, let me go ahead and talk about the reason why I mentioned Patrick Wilson. Ghost is literally blessing us right now, and I just talked about Tobias Forge right now. Like, today is a great day for Ghost fans, so that includes me. I did hear the leaks of this like at the time it was an unreleased song. Now it's released, because a lot of people, I think there were some people that actually got to see an early screening of the movie Insidious, The Red Door. I don't even know how many movies of Insidious has come out. The last time I checked, the last movie that I watched of Insidious, I want to say, was chapter 3. And that's when I realized, you know what? Some of these movies are just not it for me. And yeah, like, I don't have hatred on the Insidious movies, the Conjuring movies, but at the same time, I'm just kind of bored of them because it's always the same thing. Insidious, however, the last time I checked, apparently the demons are like in a whole different alternate dimension, kind of like with Stranger Things with the upside down. And then like everything that we have, they have, and that's how they roam around in our reality. I don't know. It was really hard to explain. So after that, I was like, you know what? This doesn't make any sense. I'm not even gonna bother. But it's Patrick Wilson, damn it. Patrick Wilson is like one of the most hottest guys ever. If it's not Patrick Swayze, it's Patrick Wilson. By the way, rest in peace, Patrick Swayze. But still, I honestly like, damn, that man. Oh. But still, am I planning to watch it? Probably. Only because of the song. The song is called Stay by Ghost, which is actually a cover of the Shakespeare Sisters song. And it does actually feature Mr. Hottie Wilson himself, Patrick Wilson, his vocals at the very end of the song. And I'm over here thinking, like this isn't the first time that we see Tobias Forge, or, you know, just Ghost, making a song for a horror movie. For those that do not know, we also have Hunter's Moon that came out for the Halloween Halloween Ends movie, I want to say. I can't remember, but it came out like literally what, 2 years ago. So Hunter's Moon was that cover for that movie. So I'm over here like, does Tobias love horror movies or what? And then also, and I think I didn't even cover this. They got to release the EP for, I already forgot the freaking album, but it's the one with the cover with Jesus He Knows Me and everything else. In one of the songs, they did the cover for Phantom of the Opera, and this is where it gets really, really interesting. Patrick Wilson played a character, and I want to say it's Raul. That's the way how they pronounced it, but it's written differently. And Patrick Wilson is known for singing. He can sing, for what we know. He's been on Broadway too. And in here for the Phantom of the Opera, he's also there singing. So it's weird how it's a connection there. Like he makes this cover for Phantom of the Opera, yet he has Patrick Wilson, who was a part of the movie Phantom of the Opera, singing. And you know, there was an interview on Good Morning America, and I actually posted this on my Instagram account if y'all want to check it out, but I found it on TikTok, where they Patrick Wilson did an interview with Good Morning America, what I was just saying, and he actually said that he asked Tobias to see if he could be in the song because it's perfect for the movie apparently. But I was like, you asked? And I was like, are you a fan of Ghost? But hey, I mean, who isn't? The other day I got to see Edge, the wrestler, wearing a Ghost shirt, and I'm just like, okay, Ghost is really, really out there. Like, they not only they make cover songs, which they make it in really, like, they do a good job on it, but I'm just like, everybody knows Ghost. And the fact that, you know, we have this song and it's so good for me. I literally have this on repeat for all I care about. So what I'm gonna do is, for my Spotify listeners, because I see that there's people that listen on Spotify, I am going to insert the song "Stay" from Ghost, the new song, right after this. And then for those that are listening in different platforms, you're more than welcome to pause this episode, go listen to Ghost, and then come back. And then after that, I will go ahead and start on the episode. So for those that are listening on Spotify, here is Stay by Ghost. And then for everybody else, I will talk to you guys on the next little break. Alright, welcome back. If you guys did not have that pause, please, I'm begging you, listen to the song. I really love it. And then the sucky part, well, not the sucky part, I am gonna see Ghost in September 2nd, so that's gonna be really, really fun, because I mean, they're gonna be the first band I get to see more than once. Everybody that I listen to, well, not everybody, but like my top 3 favorite bands, I have seen them once, and Ghost is gonna be the first band I get to see them twice. So I'm really excited, but I wish they could play this song because I really do love that song, especially that part. You guys haven't listened, why haven't you? But it's that part where it starts on the crap, how does this go? I already forgot, but it's the one part where it's like something, I hope you're returning your own world, something like that. That little part over there, I'm trying to memorize the lyrics, by the way, but that little part itself, I just love. Oh my god, it's like, I'm not gonna break that spell. I'm sorry, I'm never gonna break it. I can put that verse on repeat over and over again. And then Hottie Wilson himself, his voice, I'm like, oh man, you know. By the way, the first time I fell in love with Patrick Wilson was in the movie Watchmen. Ooh, that ass. Anywho, so let me go ahead and start talking about everything else. Well, we're gonna go ahead and start with Demon Slayer because that's what I did mention on my last episode, that's what I wanted to talk about, which is gonna be the one where they wrapped up the Swordsman Village arc. So, and I was like, what am I gonna talk about? So basically it's just like a spoiler free version, but not really, because I noticed there is a lot of Demon Slayer fans. I noticed that, but we're just gonna do like a little quick review of it, and I am gonna tell you once again, guys, definitely watch it. I watch anime, and I think by far my favorite anime is Demon Slayer, along with Full Metal Alchemist, and then Death Note, and then everything else. I'm like, if I could do like an episode of anime only, I will need somebody with me, because I am like, sometimes I don't even have time to watch anime. Like, I barely have time to watch any shows. And if I do watch a new show, trust me, I will get hooked and you will not hear from me. That's what happened when I watched Sons of Anarchy. I watched Sons of Anarchy like 3 months ago, I want to say 4 months ago, and like nobody heard me, because that's all I've been doing. Like, when I was on lunch, I will watch the show, but when I'm like off work, I will just watch the show. I'll be hooked on it, and I did finish it. I actually finished it while I was in San Antonio. Not this past one, but the other time before. I finished the show, and I was like, what? And I still haven't watched Mayans, and I heard the last season is already happening, or like it's already running on FX, so I need to watch that. But anywho, Demon Slayer anime. Let's get to it. Now, my thing is that it finally wrapped, and for those that do not know, I have read the manga. I finished it, and for those that have not or don't know what's gonna happen, you are not ready. And that was another thing. I'm like, yeah, same thing with a TV show is the same thing with the manga. I was hooked on Demon Slayer. That at the time it was right after Mugen Train, because that's when I started getting hooked on it. My ex was the one that introduced me to the anime, and then I realized like everybody that I worked with at the time like have watched Demon Slayer, and I was like, what? And so when I finally got to watch Mugen Train and had to rewatch the first season, watch Mugen Train again, I was like, well, when are we gonna have the next episode? And there was no like confirmation after that, so I went ahead and read the manga, and yes, oh my god, I am happy to see a lot of things come to life, but most particularly I was relieved to see Doma get more dialogue on this season arc, whatever you guys want to call it. I want to call it arc. On this particular arc itself, because the last time we got to see Doma was in the entertainment district arc. Entertainment? And so on there, like, I want to say Doma is my favorite character, only because he is like, he's a demon. He has this kind of personality that I can relate to, except for the evilness. Like, he is pure evil. He doesn't care about humans. Like, for his demons itself, like, he has no emotions. Almost everything is just sarcasm. But I love this guy, especially on the first episode. The first episode, when it got released, I just kept watching it on repeat, and usually when the new episode will come out in every Sunday. So for a whole week, I kept repeating that episode because I just love the dialogue from Doma. And so, again, I read the manga. You're not ready to see what Doma has to offer. And if you do watch the first episode, you will see that there's going to be some things that you will see later on. Kind of like foreshadowing on there. You see that. But besides the other part, this arc particularly does not feature my favorite Inosuke or Zenitsu to help out Tanjiro on here. So they're busy battling other demons elsewhere. So this is more focused with Tanjiro, Nezuko, and him bonding with the other Hashira. So we have, I forgot her name. The big boob lady, basically. And I did see Demon Slayer in the movie theaters, and trust me, there was the hot spring scenes, and I heard a guy going like, damn, and everybody in the movie theater started laughing. I was still mad over the fact that they were only showing just the first episode, and I was like, what the heck, man? But I guess. So we had her, and then we also had Tokito, Muchiro. So, see, I remember him. I don't know how I can't remember the other girl's name, and that's her. But yeah, so we got to see them, and I'm just like, okay, all right. I don't know what else they're gonna offer, because this is two Hashiras this time. But then again, we also do have two upper moon demons, so very, very interesting. But I will say this: I'm not gonna talk about the whole episode, like episode after episode. I wanted to talk about the finale itself. It was worth the wait, because when the finale was released, this was what, 2 Sundays ago, about to be 3, it crashed the the Crunchyroll server. I remember I think the past few episodes were kind of like meh for me. So I was like, you know what, I'll just wait till the finale. And then I realized the finale was already out, and I was like, what? So when I went on Crunchyroll, I did notice that. I was like, why is it crashing on me? Why is it saying like I couldn't log in? And then when I did log in, I was like, it was just taking forever to load. And then when I went on Twitter, everybody everybody was just like, okay, Crunchyroll servers is out, but here are some clips. And then later on, I was like, you know what? I already know what happens. I'm just gonna wait, because from what I saw, there was a particular part in the anime that was not part of the manga, and that part was about Nezuko. They did her so much justice on there than they did on the manga, and I swear I cried so much, even though I already knew what was gonna happen. But I cried so much. I haven't cried since Mugen Train, and even on the first season there was a particular scene. But like, I just love it. Like, it's very emotional, because it's not your tradition. Is it your traditional anime? But it's more like Full Metal, and that's why I love Full Metal Alchemist, because it's all about, you know, sibling bonds and whatnot. And in this case, in Demon Slayer, it's more tragic than what you're used to. And here, like, I think now that I'm talking about it, I'm probably gonna rewatch this episode. But like, there was that part of Nezuko, and like the little song that's playing, I think we heard it before, you start to cry. And it's like, these are fictional characters. I was like, what? And that's the thing I love about anime. If it touches me, I'm gonna watch it more and more reasons. Even though it didn't have Inosuke, because I love Inosuke, it was worth it. I loved it. I definitely recommend it. And after all this mess, now that, Swordsman Village arc was finally done, they did announce that the next arc is gonna come soon, which is gonna be called the Hashira Training Arc. And it's probably gonna be released next year. If anything, based on what I know, this whole series will probably end in 2025. Only because I feel like we have this one arc particular to go, and then the last arc. After that, it should be done, unless if they do what I think they're gonna do, because they have like, it's like it's not an alternate scene, if I say, but I can't confirm if it was alternate or not. But if they do that, then I would love to see more of that. But this particular series, if you guys have not watched it, definitely do so, because yeah, once it's over, you're gonna be like, oh, I wish I watched it like as it got released. But then again, people that were fans of Game of Thrones, didn't like to wait. So I'm like, I guess whatever you guys want to do, but definitely do watch Demon Slayer. But that's all I gotta say about that. Let me move on with OceanGate. So, and the thing about OceanGate, I'm not gonna talk about the memes, okay? Well, I mean, part of it I am gonna talk about the memes. I did not know what was going on with OceanGate, and here's the thing: I will talk to you guys for those that live under a rock, and that's probably Patrick Star. OceanGate offered a closed view of a shipwrecked Titanic, where tickets were sold at 250K, so $250,000. Now, that ship literally went, quote, missing, and people first thought that some giant creature or a killer whale probably destroyed the ship, sorry. And my thing is that I did not know what was going on with the whole OceanGate thing. I didn't know what was it about until it just started showing up on my TikTok, and I'm just like, why is it showing up? And then it started intriguing me more, especially with the memes. Like, the memes came on there and it just hooked me with the topic. Obviously, people were not fans of those who pay that much money, because I mean, at that point I would have bought a house. But they pay that much money to see the Titanic. And what happens? They literally just bought their ticket to the afterlife. And the real reason of why that ship was missing was also the reason of why I became obsessed with the word implosion. So I got the audio. I mean, I'm not gonna play it here because I'm not gonna look for it. But I heard the audio of the implosion, and for those that do not know, these people literally got crushed and dissolved like a little tablet. And when I heard the audio of the implosion, it was fucking brutal. It was literally brutal. And so again, this topic was all over my TikTok, so obviously I started getting all the updates of why people went missing and all of that. The ship was probably just not designed to go well with the pressure once they hit that at that certain amount of level until it just crushed. They crushed. But apparently, I guess the way how the news outlets want to say, or the media want to say, to keep our minds at ease, was that the moment they got crushed, people didn't realize it because it happened in a snap like that. Oh, I hope I didn't wake up Cosmo. But yeah, it happened in a snap like that. So like in a blink of an eye, boom, they never woke up. So I also got to see like somebody posted even the animated version of how the implosion would look, and that shit also was brutal, because you also get to see how it probably the pressure broke the glass that was helping all the passengers view the Titanic. And so once that glass was crushed, boom, the ship itself got crushed, and all you see in the animated clip is the blood just coming out of the ship, and that shit was, yeah. And so I also did get to see other updates of people saying like, oh, we heard like banging noises and whatnot. That's the fucking echo of the noise of the implosion. Like once you hear the crash, like you hear the little thing, it sounded like a little like that. So that little bang started echoing in the water. So that echo kept going up and up and up. It wasn't people banging. It was just that. And so the memes itself were like saying, again, creatures probably killed it and whatnot. And other people were saying, next thing you know, James Cameron's next film is gonna be Titanic 2. The what do you call it? The disappearance of OceanGate and whatnot. It's jokes, but James Cameron himself did confirm that his first speculation was that the ship did get imploded. And so with that being said, he wasn't allowed to say anything publicly for the respect of the families, which everybody, obviously was like, well, we wanted to know, we're over here speculating that, this probably happened, when in reality it imploded. Nobody thought about implosion. Nobody thought about the word, because at the end of the day, nobody knows the pressure that exists underneath the ocean. And that is why I hate the ocean. Not only I hate high pressure levels, but I also hate the fact that there are some creatures underneath there that can withstand that pressure. I don't know what's scarier, being crushed to death or being eaten by those creatures. No matter what, those two things literally exist underneath of our of I'm over here stuttering because of how freaked out I am, but like they exist underneath us. It's scary out there. And and that's the thing. I think I talked about this on my last episode when I was talking about the Flash, about what's more scarier, the fact that there is a black hole that's big enough that can literally devour us, and we're just like a little string of dust that exists outside in space, or the fact that creatures like those exist outside in the ocean. And I live close to the ocean, and I hate that. I literally hate that. But, I think at this point, if the whole world were to become just a world full of water, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't exist by then. So, anywho, and the thing I wanted to talk about this, I follow on TikTok. Obviously, I'm always on TikTok. I followed this account called Astro Kobe, and he said that there's also going to be a similar voyage, except this time is in space. I'm like, oh. And I do believe that people are out there. They're still gonna buy the tickets and go. Like, and for me, I'm just like, okay, you think the ocean is not safe? Again, this is why NASA was originally I think established to study the water, and then next thing you know, they become studying the space, sorry. And people are assuming maybe they didn't like what they saw underneath, and now they're trying to get us out of here. Not my biggest theory. I literally talked to like random guys, and guys would say, Cthulhu is probably sleeping and they found him, and now it's like he's gonna wake up soon, so we're trying to get out of here before he wakes up and destroys us all. Yeah, I don't know about Cthulhu, but still, my thing is that people are still gonna buy those tickets to see basically Earth away and finally start to convince themselves that the Earth is not flat. But at this point, I'm like, on the next episode of SpaceGate. So yeah, there's probably gonna be a SpaceGate coming out. And again, people are still gonna be talking about like, oh, I thought, you would have learned by OceanGate by now. No, they're not. And at the end of the day, people can do what they please with their money. So I'm over here, being a broke, I can't say broke college student anymore. I'm just a broke adult now. Dang, I can't believe I moved up in the world, but I'm still considered broke. But yeah, if anything, I'm like, if there's any rich people out there listening to this episode, if you guys do not or are probably getting refunded those $250,000, send it to me. I would love to buy a house at that price, honestly. So my Cash App is on my link tree. Thank you very much. Anywho, but I wanted to talk about that. So now let's go ahead and move forward with the social media platform called Threads. Now, Instagram launched Twitter's new competition, and it's getting a lot of people signed up. And yes, I am one of them. I wanted to try it out for a test run, see how it is, and then put my thoughts on it. So here they are. And the thing is that, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I barely go on Twitter now. And it's not just because of Elon Musk, but also, I don't know if it's just me, but I be getting random, literally sex videos of whenever I'm trying to look up for a trending topic. Like, I could be watching SmackDown, and if I go on Twitter right now on the trending topic SmackDown, I'm over here hearing somebody saying, oh, SmackDown this ass or something, and there's an actual clip. And you know how fucking uncomfortable that is? Like, imagine you're in freaking public and you're looking at anything trending on Twitter. Boom, there's that video. Like, that's one of the reasons why I don't go on there, because I'm like, it's fucking unnecessary. It's uncomfortable. I'm pretty sure guys that are, like fucking horn dogs are probably gonna be like, oh, wait, what? Word? Let's go ahead and go on Twitter now. I'm not saying that just to get Twitter, like, more user people, whatever, but I'm like, it's the fucking truth. I get them. I don't know why I keep getting them. So Twitter, if you're listening, please, for the love of God, get rid of the damn porn videos out of my feed. So there's that. And then speaking of Elon, like how I just mentioned, Homeboy is already suing Meta because of Threads, like, and accusing them of stealing trade secrets for the app. I don't know anything about that, but that's Homeboy. And then he's also suing, like, his own, like, the law firm that he hired for over the 90 million buyout deal that he had to get rid of himself of, purchasing Twitter. Honestly, though, I'm like, I don't know what Elon's plan was whenever he decided to buy Twitter. I'm like, if attention you wanted, you got it, but, like, it wasn't good, and now this happened. I don't know. But about Threads, like I feel like there are some pros and cons about using it. Like one of the pro things about Threads is that there are no ads, thank God, and of course no porn videos unless the people are already uploading them as we speak. One of the cons though, or maybe a lot at this point, though, you can't see the posts of people that you follow until you start following, which is why like when you sign up, it asks you if you want to follow all, but chances are like maybe 15% of your followers or the people that you follow are not on Threads. Like out of all those people, I think I found 8 and I didn't even click the follow all. I just said, you know what, like why they're not on Threads. I mean, so I started searching them up and it took a while, but it was only 8 out of, I don't know how many people I follow. I want to say like 253 to be exact, I think. But when I checked it on it, I be getting like posts from people that I don't follow, and I'm just like, okay. And other people have been complaining about it. It's like, how come I don't get, the feeds of my like people that I follow? And that's another work in progress. And well, I mean, Instagram only has a like button but doesn't have a dislike button. But you would think, because Meta is owned by Mark Zuckerberg, so it's like, well, you have Facebook, might as well put that feature on there. For me though, I think one of the biggest things I didn't like about this app is the fact that I have to download it. Like, I have too many apps on my phone. My poor 256 gigabyte of a phone is only at probably not even 30 gigabytes left. Like, literally on the next update, that is it for my phone. And so my thing is that it's a waste of memory. At this point, what they should have done is integrate the damn feature in Instagram, kind of like what Twitter did with Spaces and Community. They have all those features in one app. Fucking do something about it, Instagram. Like, come on. At this point, I feel like nobody's gonna be happy with anything, and it's like we're not being underappreciated, but it's just like, bro, there are ways to make this better. So come on, why y'all didn't think about it? So like me though, at this point, I'm like, I won't be surprised if people stop using it. And the only reason why I say that is because there was a similar platform to compete with TikTok. It was supposed to be competing with TikTok, and it was called Byte. And it's BYTE, I think. And that didn't work out. I signed up for it, and the only reason why I signed up for it is because H2O Delirious was signed up for it. And that was the only thing I saw, and I'm like, okay, well. And I think that was whenever TikTok crashed, and that was like in 2020, I want to say. And Byte didn't do so well, and I don't even know if that app still exists. I haven't even checked it out, but that's that. So I wouldn't be surprised if Threads don't succeed Twitter, because, who knows? Now that I mentioned the whole porn thing, I think everybody's gonna go on Twitter now. But so far, almost everybody that has a brand uses it. Like, like I follow IGN, I follow like people in WWE, like that. But chances are your friends are probably gonna need a little bit more convincing. If you want though, I have Threads, so definitely follow me. Just look me up at It's Lielers. I wish it was just at Lielers, but apparently somebody already has that handler, and I'm just like, sad face. But anywho, those are my thoughts about Threads for now. So now we're gonna go ahead and talk about Money in the Bank, and again, SmackDown is playing in the background for me, so it's like there's stuff that's going on here, and yes, I will talk about it at the very, very end of this episode. But Money in the Bank has finally come around this year. And again, I'm not going to take long in this topic. I'm not going to cover every single match. I just want to cover what was like part of the highlights of this past weekend. So Money in the Bank took place in London, and I swear that crowd was louder than us. Literally. Like, they would be like, well, I mean, compared to like whenever when WWE went to Puerto Rico for Backlash. When they were loud, it was just similar whenever Bad Bunny came out and every Puerto Rican was singing Bad Bunny song. It was like that in London. at every single thing. And I love that. I really did. They won over my heart when they started yelling, "You still suck" at Logan Paul after he did some wrestling move during the Money in the Bank match, briefcase match. And so, like, I thought that was hilarious. And that was literally the first match. So, speaking of that, everybody was probably pissed. Everybody was mad over the fact that LA Knight did not win the briefcase. He is currently the people's favorite wrestler, and I'm okay with it. He is a very great talent. Like, and I think WWE is starting to do something with him because, again, of the feedback that not only London has done, but also everybody else. Like, every time LA Knight comes out, everybody's yelling, and I'm like, this is good. This is good. But Triple H did confirm during the press conference after the pay-per-view that, quote, "Great things come for those who wait. And all I'm saying is that LA Knight should be the next US champion. And the only reason why I say this is because he is in SmackDown and Austin Theory is in SmackDown, and he currently holds the United States champion. So this will be something interesting to watch. All I'm saying. But how long would it take? God knows why. How long? If anything, I'm trying to think, because I have a feeling that because SummerSlam is coming up. SummerSlam is coming up in August, and there's a possibility LA Knight might compete against Logan Paul because of that whole shebang that happened during the briefcase match. But you never know. I just feel like, yeah, they have a month to try to get this story developed ASAP. I would love to see this happening in SummerSlam, where LA Knight goes up against Austin Theory. And I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with Logan Paul. At this point, I don't care if he's on there or not. Nobody likes him. Just the same way as Ronda Rousey. Everybody wants them gone at this point. So there's that. Anywho, let me move on. Besides that, Drew McIntyre also returned. And that was something interesting, because not no one, everybody thought that he was gone because his contract expired and we haven't seen him since then. But then again, I mean, he was still following WWE in his Instagram and then or social media, sorry. And, there was still some things that they kept featuring him, whether if it's promos or other community events. So people were like, is he leaving? Is he not? And, and if he does leave, will he go to AEW? That's everybody's thoughts, literally. If somebody leaves WWE, boom, they're gonna go to AEW. But, no, surprisingly, he showed up whenever, I always want to say Walter, but it's Gunter now. That's how you know. I've known him since NXT UK as Walter, but now they changed it to Gunter. So Gunter retained the Intercontinental Championship, and then up comes Drew McIntyre, making it seem like he's already challenging him for that Intercontinental Championship. So I wouldn't mind, but at the same time, I'm like, really? At this point, I'm like, Drew McIntyre, he was, for those that do not know, he was the pandemic champion. When the pandemic happened, there was no audience. He was the WWE champion, and I feel like we still need to get some justice with it, because we want to see him as a champion in front of the crowd. We would love to see that, and I feel like he does deserve that. But I guess with everything that's happening, I mean, at this point, shoot. I'll get with that story, but I'm like, there is a possibility he could be champion, but I'll get into that at the very, very end of the episode. But anywho, let me move forward. Io Sky winning the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. I'm like, with her, I already know hands down who she's gonna cash in. It ain't gonna be Rhea, I will tell you that. It's gonna be Asuka. And the only reason why is because they have history. Not only in WWE, but also in Japan. I would love to see that come about, maybe in SummerSlam. And does Io have a chance of winning over Asuka? There's also a possibility with that too. I would love to see Io as that. And I mean, but then again, I don't know, because there is still that storyline between her and Bailey, because they're already breaking up Damage Control. At this point, where the fuck is Dakota Kai? Like, where is she? We don't know. Is she even injured? She's over there streaming like always with her Twitch streams and whatnot. So we barely see her. We already know that Bailey's over there trying to do her own thing, and Io Sky is now this. So I'm like, there's still that storyline to go ahead and fix that whole mess and then do their own thing. So I'm over here thinking, okay, maybe they're gonna hold off on her cashing in, settle the stuff with Bailey, and then go ahead and do what she gotta do. So, but still, my best bet is that she's gonna cash in front of Asuka. All I'm saying. Maybe in SummerSlam, you never know. And another thing that also happened was John Cena actually came. That caught me by surprise. I was like, homeboy, what are you doing here? And I was like thinking too, I'm like, well, there's nothing him filming right now. I mean, Fast came out already, and I don't know if he's doing anything else. But he came out and kind of said like a bombshell, if you say, before he was getting rudely interrupted by everybody else. But I think he's trying to hint that WrestleMania might be coming to London because of the feedback that they literally been getting. That will be something interesting, because we haven't, I don't know, as far as I remember, has WrestleMania even gone international at this point? And honestly, if they haven't, London will be the best bet. Safe bet, too. Forget Saudi Arabia. I wanted to see WrestleMania London, maybe WrestleMania Japan. That'd be interesting too, but I highly doubt that will happen. Where else they would? No, yeah, London will be their first choice. It will have to be that, and then maybe Saudi. But I wouldn't place my money on that one. They already have their own pay-per-view going on. But yeah, I would love to see that. I think the one that they're going to is Philly. I don't keep up with that. And I think they already have the one after that, and maybe after that. So, like, what, WrestleMania, I don't know. Let's say 45. Yeah, they do need to bring it to London, because I love the crowd. So, imagine having a crowd as loud, as much as that. Definitely worth going and investing on it. And I'm pretty sure people in the United States will fly to London. Hell, I wish I could go international if I were me, but I am a broke adult. Once I do have my successful career, my first pit stop will be in Spain for sure. I always wanted to go visit Spain, and then Germany. Or, you know what, I'll switch it around. If I do get the opportunity to go to Oktoberfest, you guys will see me over there. And then Spain, and then London, possibly France, and maybe Italy, just for that. But yes, I do support that. And then after that, I also did wanted to talk about the collapse of maybe Judgment Day, only because of Damian Priest winning the briefcase and him becoming Senor Money in the Bank. So he almost slowly cashed in too during the match. Well, not during, right after Seth Rollins and Finn Balor were over there competing for the new world champion that they have, which I don't know if you guys have seen those designs, but because of that, Finn Balor was already upset over it because he knew what was happening. And that's the sad part. I was like, I really do love the Judgment Day. I really do love what they created ever since, you know, Edge decided to create the faction and then Finn Balor taking it over. Is it better than the Bullet Club though? No. But it is good just because of Rhea Ripley herself. Now, the fact that they're slowly collapsing is kind of sad, and that's the thing about, you know, WWE and having these little groups. They will collapse no matter what, and everybody goes and do their own thing. Do I believe Damian Priest has a possibility of winning a championship? I kind of do. Only because, and I mean, I am speaking too soon, because Seth Rollins just won that world champion, and it would be a shame that he loses it too soon too. But it would be great to see the Judgment Day, the crowd-wise having the gold, kind of like with the Bloodline, with the Usos and Roman Reigns, except this time it's not the tag champions, it's actually individual gold. Damian Priest probably having the world champion, or maybe the undisputed universal championship. each of them of their own. Finn Balor with one, Damian Priest with one. We already have Rhea Ripley with the women's world champion. All that's left is Dominic, but I highly doubt Dominic is gonna have something. But yeah, but here's the thing though, we do see Finn Balor maybe having the goal for himself, making it seem like he's the leader, he should be the one with the main goal, whichever one, and then possibly having Damian and Dominic being tag team, and then boom, that's it. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but we will see. But I do say though that they do need to split up the tag team, the undisputed tag teams, or combine it, however you guys want to do, because I don't like that it's combined right now. I really don't. It had its moment, yeah, but it is time to separate them, whether if it's Raw or SmackDown, or yeah, there's gonna be undisputed. I already know. And the only reason why I say this is because they already changed the championships for the women's. So I'm still waiting to see what they happen. And speaking of waiting, Roman Reigns, I gotta talk about that too. And then we'll finally wrap up the episode. Roman Reigns got pinned after how long? Like 2 years? So I'm over here like, now that he got pinned, when is he losing the belt? And it was funny too, because before I started recording this episode, I was already watching the first segment of SmackDown, and it almost looked like Roman was gonna give up the belt. But he didn't. He ended up, doing the dirty to Jey Uso. And what I mean by that is just putting his arm between the legs and then boom, kind of like, returning what he did in Money in the Bank. Now, that whole storyline is still going. For me, the thing is that, okay, y'all can have y'all's storyline, but Roman, you're gonna have to do something about that belt. And I'm already getting annoyed. When is he losing the belt? Yes, you broke the record. Congratulations to you. And I'm pretty sure you want to go to 2,000 days, but that belt really does need to get defended. And that's the thing what I was going to get to. Imagine having Damian Priest cash in on Roman Reigns. There's no way though, because there's not a good storyline between those two people. They could make it, but it's not really a good storyline because Roman Reigns is evil and Damian Priest is also evil. Like, they're villain characters, and apparently there is this unwritten rule with wrestling where a villain cannot go up against a villain unless if one of the villains decides to cash or change their character to good, then okay. But right now they're both villains, so it's like even Finn Balor can't even do that. So it's like, when will this end? When, damn it? That's why I'm saying, I'm like, maybe I could see Damian and Dominic being tag team champions, and then Finn Balor possibly be having the big goal. Who knows? Or again, to each of his own, the Judgment Day breaks up. Who knows? Now, remember what I said about Drew McIntyre? Now, this will be a really great opportunity for Drew McIntyre to swoop in and take out that belt from Roman Reigns. Now, that would be something to watch, yes, because again, homeboy does deserve a champion in front of a live crowd. Anything can happen at this point. Anything. And that's the thing. We will see. And that, ladies and gentlemen, wraps up this episode. Now, again, if you guys have not listened to Stay by Ghost, please do so. I appreciate you guys taking y'all's time to listen to what I have to say, but definitely do listen to that. Now, on my next episode, I don't know what I have planned. I will not make any promises for sure, but I know with everything that's been happening, not only with wrestling, but also with pop culture, I think I could get some stuff for y'all. Definitely do so. And then again, as always, guys, make sure to follow my social media accounts if you guys have any. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at It's Lielers and at Lielers on TikTok. Definitely do check out that video that I told you about Cosmo. It's literally my first video that I have on there. I'm still debating because I think my next video for TikTok will be Cosmo herself trying to choose out of the 5 fine men that I chose for her. And I kind of don't want to break it, but I'm like, that's gonna be like a whole different story. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. She does have to choose at this point. Everybody's still asking me or telling me that it should be Tobias or Pedro Pascal, so we will see. But definitely go check out that video. And again, if you guys are listening to a platform that you might not be happy about, go visit my link tree. It's linktr.ee/Lielers, or you're more than welcome to find it on the description of this episode. Copy the link and then paste it and try to find another good listening platform for you guys. And again, if worst comes to shove, definitely check me out on YouTube as well. So again, thank you guys so much for taking your time to listen to my podcast, and I will talk to you guys on the next one.